progress.
Like we said, guys, so man. Yeah. Okay, we're back on GBPUSD. Okay, I had my previous analysis here. Let me see. Uh, so I don't know if I should use it. Okay, let me just use it because now going back again, I think I would probably need to do I'll probably need to do like a short video on what is price action, trend lines, and all of those things, rejections, supports, and all of that. Because I don't think in this regard I would need to keep on removing trend lines, and because here you see where the trend lines are at. So it should be able to tell you exactly what I was looking for. If you don't, then go back on my previous videos so that you see how I put my trend lines and what is it that I look for when I put my trend lines and whatnot. So we have it here on daily because I'm hoping to cover at least about three. So I have another one currency that I still need to add on top of this. So I will just explain why my trend lines are there instead of removing them and putting them there. So we already have this one, right? And also you will see this one and this one why they are there once I move into a smaller time frame. Um, so let me zoom in here so you get a bit of a clearer picture. So guys, please bear in mind too, this week there's a lot of big news that are coming through. So be careful around that. You should be on the lookout to at least understand what's going on. So get your I don't usually use fundamental because I feel that most if you get the structure right and all of that, most of your trades would be easier going forward despite fundamentals. But for you to get at least not find yourself in a position where you enter the trade because your structure was well, and then because we know with fundamentals, even if the structures or you got the direction and everything right, as you can still be find yourself self in a bad trade because of the influence that fundamental does usually have, right? Cool. So here we are on GBP USD. I had my trend lines put here. Some of the trend lines were put in different time frames. So we have our trend lines here. So the first one we see, we had a big drop. It came all the way here. So if you were doing your swing highs and your swing lows, you would have one trend line here, and then you would have one trend line here. One, two, three, four would be off, right? But as you go into smaller time frames, you will see why they are currently there now. So we have all this formation. It went all the way down, it went all the way up. Now it retested here. So after retesting here, let me do this. So after retesting here, we can see there's a lot of so we have the first touch. Sorry about that. Let me just do this. Hey man, what was the first thing I was using? You know what? Yeah, some of these things are gonna drive us crazy, guys. This is really crazy. Like, what the heck is this? Okay, I lost whatever I was using, the tool I was using to write all of this thing. So I'm just gonna go back to using the entire thing alone. However, but I saw something very cool, so I'm probably gonna use it later, right? So we have our first retest here. We have our second retest here. It pushed all the way down. We started seeing there's a bit of a very strong support around this area because it's the first area it went. The first time it went up, it failed to break around this area. The first time it actually went down, it also went back around this area as well. So it's a very, very strong support area. So we can't just easily dismiss it. So now on a daily chart frame, we can say we're easily waiting for this chart to break here. If it closes around below this trend line, we know we might still have to look at possible continuous down up until here to retest on a previous low before it continues to go up all the way to oh no, it wants me to close this. Okay, cool. I got my chart back. So we're going all the way back to here after the last retest here. However, because there's a previous support here from this last up we had here, we could also consider this as a possibility that after it retests here, it can continue to go up all the way here to retest on a previous high. That's on a daily chart frame. Sorry about that. I hate it when this ads pop up here. They're trying to force you to pay for subscription. We good, fam, for now. So we're looking at a possible last retested somewhere around here. If it does break here, to at least somewhere around here. And then from here, we're going to start looking for more buy opportunities again to the upside. And that's make it as simple as possible. Don't try to overcomplicate it. Don't try to add some whatever things. Manage your risk so that you're able to hold longer, so you don't have to panic with each and every candle, so that you are free in your mind and you're able to focus on doing these things. And then we're gonna go in 4 hour time frame. I did say I'm gonna try to at least not just only focus on one time frame, but all three of the time frames that we have. Don't forget, we're also gonna be looking for consolidation. So with all these markets, we're forever looking for consolidation so that we have a place where it needs to decide whether it's going up or down. So here we can see a very, very clean chart pattern. So continuing from the daily time frame, let me try to make this come closer here so we have a clear overview. So you see why I said here was a very, very big major support area, because we had the first one here which broke above it and made a support to push to the upside, came all the way back down, and it got again to this around this area level to support to only go down. Only after it broke here did it actually continue to go down at least to this lower level. But then again, it pushed up, and it's been pushing up ever since then. So here we can say all of this can be maybe be mentioned as a range market. This could be our range between this high and this low. So we have our range market at a very strong support area and our range market at a very high resistance level area. So until it breaks either of those two sides, we can surely say we're still in this range market, because from here, it's supposed to be a buy to here. And then hopefully if it breaks, we're looking into a buy at least somewhere around this area here. So on our previous, what? High. So I usually put my stop loss. Let's say my stop loss, I try to take my take profits somewhere around 70% area towards my stop loss, my TP, sorry, my take profits. So if I was in this situation where it went all the way up, I would take my take profit somewhere around here instead of waiting for it to touch here, because they never touch there. Sometimes they go back and they do whatever crazy stuff they usually do and all of that. So we have, I think sometimes I try to make sure that I make this because sometimes if I'm gonna use the trading terminology the entire time, it's gonna be very difficult for a person who's very new into this and who doesn't understand all the terminologies. I'm also trying to make sure that people should not be scared of trading because of the big terminologies being used to give us the assumption that you're the smartest person in the room for you to be trading and all of that. We need to go back to the basics and make people realize that whatever people call consolidation, whatever people call liquidation, whatever people call market structure, and all of those things, simply price action. All of those things are derived from price action. All of those things are derived from us seeing how the market moves, the patterns they form, and all of those things. So we just use those terminologies so that we bombard our own head with big words so that we come off as smart. But some of the things I feel they're really unnecessary. So that's why most of the time I'm gonna try to use normal terms, and where I feel that I'm not gonna be going out there trying to chase bombastic words so that I can describe some of those terms. So like we see now, we're in a range market, right? The market is simply going between those two ranges, guys. There is nothing special going on here. If it goes below here, again, it would have just broken this support area to just retest here. And from what I'm seeing, since we've already turned around for a buy, this is now just going to be a retest level, and it's going to continue to go up. So trend lines are there, are very important for you to just consistently be able to keep up as to where you should enter and where you should exit. So with GBPUSD, I would say currently, because of this rejection here, we're still looking at a buy at the sell. So we're gonna wait for the sell to complete and see where it completes, and then we probably could look for a possible entry at the US session instead of the London session. I think the London session has already started. What time is it? Okay, a few minutes now to start. So we're gonna wait for it to complete. Hopefully, wait for it to get there. Because if I wanted to take a sell here, I would have wanted my sell to be here. Because I believe in long trades than just chasing small movements. Because it would require you to add at least a bigger lot size. So I believe in long movements. So I feel I already missed on the opportunities of taking a sell here. But we'll see it in 1 hour though, because we're still in 4 hours. Let's quickly look at it, and then let's see what 1 hour has for us. Let's see what 1 hour has for us, because potentially could still have a big move in it. Also, don't forget, I did mention that currencies move about 1% as well. So it usually moves about 1% into negative or 1% into positive. So sometimes it can go 1% into negative and turn around at, maybe it went down in Asian session and London session, and then in US session it would completely wipe out the loss that was in London and an Asian session. So it's very important to consistently keep up with all the structure, the direction, and all of that, so that you see when things start to change around as well. So for now, I think let's go for 1 hour. Ah, there we have it. So if I was looking for an entry here, I think I probably would have entered here, because already you can see with your candles here, momentum for a buy was no longer strong after those two candles. So you had almost, I don't know, 5-10 hours here where there was barely any movement around this area. So I'm guessing this also included somewhat London Asian session from yesterday, because this here, it's from Asian session today. This was yesterday, this was yesterday, was yesterday. So the yesterday session closed on contraction and continued to do the same in the morning. Okay. So with GBP USD, I'm not seeing any strong buy movement, particularly at this particular point. So if you're looking for opportunities now, I think we're still in a sell. for some time. However, I missed the trade. I probably could have entered here, or I could have started with a trade from yesterday and entered here and held. When it got here, it did a first retest and continues to go down. I think for this one it's gonna be a down a bit until somewhere around here. So for GBP USD, guys, let's hold from entering. I think we're gonna see it probably. Let's look at how the London session does. During London session, we'll keep it monitored, and then as time goes by, we'll see what we have. But for now, this is all we got. Yeah. So I wanted to confirm a couple of few things. So we have the first small retest area here. I don't like it. I would probably want to wait for it here because I'm thinking once it gets here, somewhere around this area, it's gonna try to push back up to this now being a resistance level. It's no longer a support level. It's now a resistance level because in 1 hour candle it actually broke it, and if you can see it, it's a very big candle. So officially it has broken below it. So we're gonna wait for this to get done, and once it's done, at least we're gonna start looking for buy opportunities from here. But the first buy opportunity would be somewhere around here. Maybe it's gonna have a retest and to continue to go down. So we're gonna wait for this. Don't forget, you're looking at if it broke your line or if it's supporting there, if it continues to go up and all of those things. Guys, it's very important to keep consistently with your charts, with your trades, with your styles. Don't change every day, every week. Next time now you're looking for confluences, and the other day you're looking for what and the other day. This is very simple. Support, resist, direction, where to enter, where to exit, consolidation, percentage. Because once this gets to anywhere around 0.80%, I'm going to start looking for buy. In fact, from 0.50, I'm going to start to see the next candle, how strong it is for a sell. If it's no longer there, I'm going to start looking for buy opportunities. Don't forget, with percentages, on the negative side, you look for buy opportunities. On the positive side, you look for sell opportunities. Unless it's continuous, and your candles in your chart will tell you that. So for now, I think with GBP USD, let's hold on onto it and let's see where does this sell end, and then we'll take it from there. Ish, I wish I got it very earlier. Only now I'm doing it and I've already missed this move. But it's fine. We'll see it next time. So for now, that's it. Let's go check on USD JPY.